West Valley Sugar, which there are rumors that it is associated with a member of this house. And I'm hoping that when he contributes, he can declare that interest, because we passed a bill in this house on conflict of interest. Honorable Speaker, we want to just be clear as leaders in this country that we do not necessarily oppose everything that is proposed, but it is a constitutional imperative that you must carry the people along so that people understand, Honorable Speaker, that number one, they are the biggest stakeholders. Number two, Honorable Speaker, if you are leasing out the sugar mills and the person is not interested in reviving the mills but is after the land that is occupied or is owned by that particular sugar plant, there's going to be a problem. Nzoia Sugar has the biggest nucleus, Honorable Speaker, and the people of Bungoma will not allow that land to go because they consider that land their land. It is only held in trust for them. And Honorable Halwale, all of us, the last time we had a plan to privatize all these sugar mills, we came together as leaders and we said there will be no privatization without the involvement of the local community. So, please, Honorable Speaker, all we are calling for, let us follow the constitutional imperative and Article 10 to involve our people, to allow.
Senator Fernandez.
Mr. Speaker, let me pick from where Senator Sifuna left by saying also Nandi is part of the conversation we're having about privatization and leasing of sugar mills, because Chemelil, West Kenya, and a number of them, including Kericho County, Mr. Speaker. What we are calling for is accountability, public participation, and dispensation of court processes that are already in place. And it would be nice to engage, and I'm willing to sit the way we did with the Oparanya report on sugar task force reforms that give birth to Sugar Act. We would be willing to sit and have that conversation for betterment of farmers and Kenyans. I want to ask the government not to be in a hurry, because there will be a lot of legal hurdles that might affect this process. I know there is a sugar bait that has been given of bonuses to farmers, but we need to have a conversation, Mr. Speaker, and ensure that we conclude. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, on the report by Labour Committee, I wanted to hear what is, Mr. Speaker, we did pass about one-off honorarium to former councillors. The chairperson of Labour has not given us a headway on what will happen to one-off that was supposed to be given by former councillors, Mr. Speaker. Yet they served this nation when there was no, they were just being given token or appreciation, Mr. Speaker. It would have been nice that the Labour Committee gives us a way forward. Mr. Speaker, on labour mobility, we have had here flying accusations from this place to another on labour mobility, creation of opportunities. I want to challenge the Labour Committee to give us the status so that we are not hearing only the one-side story of the Cabinet Minister of Labour. We need to be told what are the numbers. How are young people getting access to labour mobility that the government has given to us, so that we stop these accusations where some members of this House have been engaging in unnecessary altercation with the members of executive. Let us be given the status of labour mobility, Mr. Speaker, so that it can be very easy, Mr. Speaker, and also the status of Kenyans in diaspora, Dubai, and other places, Mr. Speaker. Finally, Mr. Speaker, on the issue of Talanta City Stadium and a number of city stadium or stadia across the country, I wish the Labour Committee should give us the status on how the stadiums are being taken care of. What is the status? I can see Talanta City Stadium is taking shape. A number of Kasarani Stadium, Mr. Speaker. Let the Labour Committee give us what is the status so that it becomes easy, Mr. Speaker, going into the future. Mr. Speaker, I support all statements that have been presented today. I thank you.
Senator Osoche.
Mr. Speaker, allow me also to weigh in on the statement by Senator Umtata on the leasing of sugar companies and the privatization. Mr. Speaker, this is a very weighty matter, particularly from the western region where I come from, and people have been concerned about this plan to lease Nzoia Sugar Company, particularly, that we did not have adequate stakeholder engagement and also public participation. That this process was done very opaquely, and we just want to demand that even if the government has good intentions on doing something, can they involve the people? Can they involve the leaders of that region instead of just waking up and saying, we want to lease Nzoia Sugar Company. So I think this statement is an eye-opener, and I want to urge the committee that will be handling this to handle this with speed so that our people can get justice. Because the speed at which the whole process is being undertaken, it's sending a lot of negative signals to our people. On the second issue of privatization, I'm among the people who believe that privatization is not the solution to the problem we are having in the sugar industry. Mr. Speaker, Mumias Sugar Company was doing so well before privatization. When we used to have management agents called Bokatet, they were doing so well. But now the problem started increasing upon privatization of Mumias Sugar Company, where the management could not listen to anyone. So many occasions here, the former MD of Mumias Sugar Company, the one who was a governor somewhere, I don't want to mention the name, he used to come here and even refuse to talk to the committees and say we are privatized. That is where the company went down. So the solution is not in privatization of this sugar company, but the solution is in government looking for a strategic manager. Mr. Speaker, I wonder why the government keeps interfering with this sugar industry. For example, in Mumias, and Senator Boni Khalwale is here, Sarai has been able to make that company work. But now we are trying to, when things are working, we want to destroy them. That guy has worked so well. He has made smoke come out. He has made some workers to go back to work. And then now you want to tell him, you want to take part of the company away to another person. When we
Senator Murango.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika, hata mimi ningetaka kuongezea pia maoni yangu kulingana na ombi lililoletwa na Senator Mutata. Pia katika hiyo gazeti la kitaifa niliona pia kwamba kiwanda cha Mwea cha mchele pia kimeorodheshwa pia katika ile ambayo inafaa kwenda kwa watu binafsi. Mstahiki Spika, babu yangu ni mojawapo waliopeana shamba na pia kuchangia katika kujenga kile kiwanda. Kwa hivyo serikali inapoamua kukiuza, ni vizuri wale waliopeana kiwanja kwa hiari, shamba kwa hiari, tujue watafaidika kivipi. Kwa sababu kama nimekupa shamba ili ufanye jambo fulani, ukimalizia kama una haja nayo unafaa unirudishie mimi niliyokupa. Sababu hakuuza. Jambo la pili, kuna mchango ambao ulifanyika ili kuhakikisha kwamba ile kiwanda kimeendelea. Wengi wao toka leo mashishi na kuanga kambulini. Sisi Wakikuyu kutoka Kirinyaga tunashika mashamba yetu. Lakini tuliyapeana, wakambaki wanakaa katika vijiji ambapo hata mahali ya kuzika hakuna. Mstahiki Spika, ni vizuri watu waliokuwa na roho nzuri na hiari kama hiyo, jambo kama hili linapofika wahusishwe, waitwe. Wale waliombaki kama sisi ambao tumembaki kwa sababu wale washatangulia mbele ya haki, tuweze pia kuamua na tuweze kuweza kuwajulisha pia maoni yetu ni ipi. Kwa sababu wale walioko pale, Mstahiki Spika, nikwambia siku ya leo hawako kamwe, hawana haja na hiyo kiwanja iuzwe. Jambo la pili, katika zile viwanda zimejengwa Sagana ambapo tunaambiwa kwamba tunafaa tupeleke kutafuta huduma hapo. Kwa sababu lile shamba liko Ngurban Town, limeshikana pia na maghala ya halmashauri ya nafaka. Mahali wakulima wanaenda kuchukua mbolea yao ya ruzuku ambayo inapewa na serikali, ambayo ni katikati. Ni kilomita zaidi ya 30. Ni kama kutoa Njikoni mahali ambapo iko karibu na Sembule uende uipeleke karibu na Mbafu. Mahali ambapo unafaa kutembea, Mstahiki Spika. Kwa hivyo katika zile huduma tunapata kutoka kwa hiyo kiwanda, sisi tungetaka imbaki pale pale, na kama basi wakazi wakulima ataamua kwamba ipeanwe, wahusishwe kikamilifu ili waweze kuamua itaenda ama iendi. Asante sana Mstahiki Spika.
Senator Eddie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Two quick comments. First, on the statement that was sought by Senator Amida. Mr. Speaker, I don't know what we can do as a House to make sure that the resolutions of this House through any motions are respected. Mr. Speaker, this is a very serious issue that Senator Amida has brought here, and we canvassed over it in this House, Mr. Speaker. Last weekend, together with the committee of CPIC, we visited the hospital in Kwale, another of hospitals that I don't want to mention here. But we had incidences where actually you could go to a hospital and a mother has lost the child, and the mother is put together with other mothers who have their children in a hospital. Mr. Speaker, this is so traumatizing, even for us who could sometimes witness these kind of things, Mr. Speaker. And we passed in this House that there will be mental health facilities for mothers in maternity facilities in different counties, Mr. Speaker. And we did say that those resolutions of the Senate will be implemented 6 months after we pass them. What happens, Mr. Speaker, when they're not implemented? How do we follow up on this? And Mr. Speaker, even remember that last year, the majority leader brought a very serious motion in this House about the Gen Z movement, the June 25th. Some of the things that we see the population keep on being agitated about in this country are things that we canvassed about in this House, came up with a resolution of the Senate that then was passed to be followed up with by the relevant authority, but up to date, Mr. Speaker, they haven't been followed through. So on this statement, Mr. Speaker, I think it is less the Committee of Health to follow up on it, but more of us as a House. How are we taken seriously when our resolutions are passed, sent to relevant authorities, and they are not taken seriously? This is an issue, Mr. Speaker, that I think that we must actually take very seriously as a House and be able to find a solution to it. Because we cannot pass a resolution of the Senate and they're never taken seriously. They're never implemented. Then we are not a serious House in the eyes of those authorities, and we must show that we are a serious House. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, on the statement by Senator Okia Omtata. Mr. Speaker, I think that this is a very important statement because, Mr. Speaker, what we see with the sugar industry is the fact that the sugarcane industry has become a poverty industry for most of our communities. I also come from a sugarcane industry, or rather a sugarcane growing region, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Boni.
Mr. Speaker, the issue raised by the Senator for Busia is going to affect the lives and livelihoods of 8 million Kenyans who depend on the sugar sector directly. Mr. Speaker, the issue raised about public participation, I would like the government to know that the only public participation that took place over Nzoia was consulting the governor of Bungoma and the Speaker of the National Assembly. Consulting those two leaders does not amount to public participation over Nzoia Sugar Company. I refuse. I speak today for 1.8 million people of Bungoma who depend on Nzoia Sugar Company. Mr. Speaker, that these two leaders have accepted the factory to be leased to a guy called Rai, who took over Webuye Pan Paper Company. The company has been run down. The timber industry has collapsed. The same Rai, who upon seeing the success in Mumiasi, due to his brother Sarbi, has come there to try and take a section of that factory because he has the capacity to bribe people in government. We refuse again and again. The decision of leasing Nzoia should be rethought. Our people must participate. Our people have elected us. We have the capacity to understand issues. Mr. Speaker, finally, the issue raised by the Committee of Labor on Stadia. I want to celebrate Ababu Namwamba. He is the father of the Talanta City Stadium that is ongoing, whose completion is making progress. Please, please, the new Minister for Sports should make sure that the blueprint of Ababu that included development of Buhungu Stadium in Kakamega must be seen through. because it is an open secret that if you want football to succeed, you only go to 3 corners in this country. You go to Coast, the home of footballers. You go to Nyanza, the home for footballers. Then you come to the home of the Abaluya Football Club, the home of soccer. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Muma.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to comment on the statements. I begin with a statement by Senator Hamida. Honorable Speaker, Monday was the World Midwives' Day, and yesterday was the World Mental Health Day for mothers. And I would like to commend her for raising these issues over and over again. Honorable Speaker, mental health for mothers who have delivered is a crucial issue, is very urgent because most of the mothers include adolescent mothers who are vulnerable, who do not have resources to, on their own, seek mental health. And I would want to ask that the resolutions made in this House should not be taken as empty talk. It is something that we receive comments, we receive petitions from those who are affected. We have seen it when we go in the field, and we would like government to take this issue seriously, especially now